I'm pretty sure they would probably rag him about it, but other than that, I think if he has any of my genes, he'll kind of just let it roll off his back.
But when he does get older, given that you're a public person and you're constantly in the limelight, when you have these media people continually criticizing and ridiculing you, how difficult will that make it?
It won't be difficult at all. But I'll just sit him down and I'll tell him. I say, look, son, people are going to talk about you just like my grandmother did with me. People are going to talk good and bad about you. You just have to know who you are inside, who you are as a person. Don't let any outside, sources, make you think any different. You have to be strong, and I'm pretty sure, there'll be a situation where we'll have that sit down, and I have to tell them, just be confident in who you are. As long as you know you're doing the right thing and it's not harming anybody, then you should go out and be the best person that you can be, no matter what anybody says. Because you're not going to be able to please, everybody. Somebody's not going to like it, not like you, even if you're the nicest person in the world. Somebody's going to find something about you that they don't like.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know you didn't have a father figure around growing up. How important is it for you to be there for him?
Oh, very important. Just to be around him, play with him, any type of sport, whether it's football, basketball, we wrestling with each other, going out to eat, coloring with him, all those type of things. Him having his own room, and I have all the little cartoon characters, painted on the wall. Those are things that that he enjoys. And when he's in California, he knows he's coming out to the East Coast. He always, I'm going to my daddy's house. I'm going to my jungle room. Those are types of things that brings a smile to my face.
What was it like for you growing up in Alexander City?
It wasn't rough, but I think it was. It was what it was, I didn't know anything more than Alexander City, so compared to what I know now, it was very slow, very slow. So, compared to, California and being out here in Philly and being in the nightlife of an Atlanta, it's kind of a slow-paced city, but it's just like any normal small town. Everybody works. Everybody knows everybody. Go to the football games on Friday. Same with basketball. Everybody supports, and during the summertime you have your little league sports. Everybody is at the same place. So that's how it is.
How much has your grandmother impacted your life?
Man, so much. I think she's the person that has made me as strong as I am, and I'm proud to say that I am who I am because of her. And a lot of people may not like who I am, but hey, if you don't like me, you don't like her, and if you don't like her, then I got a problem with it. So long as, like I said, I've said it numerous times, as long as I know who I am inside and I know who I am as a person, that's the only thing that matters. And I know my mom, my brother, and my sisters, they love me. And like I said, they'll be one of the first ones to tell me if what I was doing was totally wrong. As the media has really kind of like portrayed me to be this bad guy, so to speak.
What values were instilled in you growing up that you've tried to pass on to your children?
Mainly just honesty, being truthful, obviously going to church, and putting God first, and whatever, like in my situation is faith, family, and football in that order. And so and that's the approach that I take. And I think what I've learned that I didn't have is how to love. And I didn't have that growing up, even though I knew they did. They just didn't show it. And so now it's not a problem for me to tell my son that I love him, not because I didn't experience it, but I've learned how to say those things. I've learned how to love.
How are the wedding plans coming?
Hey, they're coming. Looking forward to it, and that's just something that I'm looking forward to. That's going to be exciting. That I never really experienced as a little kid. I never experienced going to a wedding of my mom or my dad. So it'll be something special.
Now, being a longtime bachelor, I would imagine, has its advantages, especially when you're an NFL player too. So why settle down now?
Well, I think that at some point in time, like I said, as I grew up, I didn't have a mother and a father in the same household. And so, and I think the things that I've learned, if I wanted to establish a family, then obviously those are some of the things that I need to do. I feel like I couldn't be a bachelor forever. And so if I wanted to experience being a family, having a wife and being a father and just being a complete family, then, at some point you got to settle down.
Finally, you have your enthusiasts, you have your critics. It certainly wouldn't be right to say either perception of you is accurate. Taking a step back, taking everything you are, taking everything you've done into account, what's a fair assessment of who Terrell Owens is?
That I'm a good football player. Other than that, I mean, if you start questioning my character, my integrity, that's not a fair assessment of who I am, especially when all it is hearsay. Especially if you're getting reports from other people about who I am as a person and you haven't really been around me, then I don't think that's fair to say. Other than that, you can only say that I've been a good football player and I've been productive, the number of years that I've been in the league. So other than that, that's all I can say.
Hey, thank you very much.
All right,
Always a pleasure.
All right.